Before we begin, I have to ask, is this a joke? Is there some joke here that I'm not in on? Is Japan, is the, what is going on, right? Like, what the fuck is happening? How in the world has the anime industry just like imploded in the last 2 or 3 years? What is going on? Is there some strange conspiracy? Does Japan hate anime and they're just like, fuck it, let's make every anime bad so that people will hate it? Because I cannot for the life of me figure out why anime is getting more and more popular every year. I've said this before, it's getting more popular every year, and it's worse every year. Like, consistently since 2019, we've just been going downhill at like an alarmingly fast pace. So that's why I ask, is this a joke? Is the Record of Ragnarok anime some big elaborate prank? I guess before I rip into this anime too much, I should say the one thing that I like about it. I think the sound is pretty good. I think the voice acting's pretty good. I think the sound mixing is good, but that's it. That's like the only good thing I can say about it. And I have been a big proponent of Record of Ragnarok getting an anime. You can go back to videos probably almost a year ago, if not a year plus ago, where I said anime that or manga that need an anime, Record of Ragnarok. This shit will change the game if it gets a tier 1 anime adaptation. And it got like a fucking tier 17 adaptation. What is this? So I guess I'll just jump right into it with random things. The English subtitles on Netflix are sometimes just wrong. Like, sometimes they're literally just wrong and aren't what people are saying. I'm not like completely fluent in Japanese, but there are times where it's just completely mistranslated, which is weird, right? Like, that shouldn't happen. That maybe would have been passable back in like 2006, but in 2021, where translators are everywhere and they're a dime a dozen, how in the world do you get subtitle errors? But even bigger than that is obviously how this anime looks. With fighting anime in particular, visuals really are king. Fighting manga is cool, but anime is far superior for fighting. It just adds a weight and intensity that manga just can't compete with, right? Drawn pictures just cannot compete with movement when it comes to fighting. And so I question why at times this anime looks, to me at least, there are scenes in this anime where it looks very similar to like super early One Piece, which is weird. I've only seen early One Piece, to be fair, but there are parts in this anime that legitimately just look like early One Piece. And I need to, okay, I'm going to take a couple minutes here. It'll be 1 second for you, but I need to take a minute. I need to collect my thoughts because I'm frazzle-dazzled at this point. So this anime is weird because we have had an increasing problem with really cheap, bad CGI being used. And it is present in this anime, but it's not really a problem with overuse. It's not permeating scenes where it shouldn't. I still think it shouldn't exist, but it really isn't a problem in Record of Ragnarok. Yes, it exists. I've seen some people commenting on it saying, hey, this looks really butt-ass. I agree, but what's more pressing in terms of issues that this anime faces is that the fights are like non-animation. It's weird. It's the best way. I've never experienced anything like this before this year. The only other thing I can think of would be like House Husband, which was also a Netflix anime, funnily enough. But it's like animation that's trying its hardest to become manga by animating as little as possible and having as many just still frames as possible, which is really weird because anime is supposed to be sort of like an elevation of manga when it gets an adaptation, and yet this seems like we're doing some weird backwards shit where they are trying to just not animate. They're trying to animate as little as possible and make it like the best way to describe it be like a motion manga. If you guys ever watch motion manga videos, I don't even know if those are a thing anymore, but those used to be really popular a few years back, and that's like what I'm watching. It's like just pictures with sound, which admittedly that's literally what animation could be described as, but there's so many still frames in this anime that fights take up several episodes and yet are like just a couple minutes in content. A great example, Thor versus Lu Bu. In my opinion, despite it being epic, it's actually one of the sort of lower tier fights. It's the one that starts things off, so it can't be the most epic, but I think it's like my second least favorite fight in the series. It takes 4 full episodes for the fight, and there's probably 4 minutes of actual animated fighting happening in those 4 episodes. Like, if you cut together actual animation, I think it would be 4 or 5 minutes maximum, maybe even less than that. Which leads me back to the first thing. My question is, like, is this a fucking weird joke of some kind? Like, how is it that the anime industry has gotten to the point where anime is trying its hardest to just not animate anymore? Like, I realize that I'm not articulating things very well, and this isn't like, it's coming across like I'm an idiot, but I have no frame of reference for this. This is baffling. This has never happened before, where anime are being made with the intention of animating as little as possible in them, which is like absolutely baffling to think about, because why on earth would you make an anime if your intention was to not animate? But if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm not surprised. I saw that Netflix had the rights to this adaptation, which was a big red flag, and I just knew, I think I've said it on Twitter and Discord, I might have even said it in videos, but like, I haven't been hyped at all for this anime. I actually think I said it in the Anime is Trash video that, like, I didn't even watch the trailers when they first came out, because, like, I don't give a fuck. I knew that I knew in my heart that this was going to be trash. I was holding out hope, but it's gone now. This anime is garbage, and, like, I'm not even surprised. Should we be? Like, I don't think that anime are, like, even a thing anymore. What is this? Anime is, like, trying its hard. I realize I'm kind of talking in circles here, but, like, what more can I even say? I guess I can just end the video, which I will do, but, like, is this a big fucking joke? Have any of you worked on this anime? Is this all a big meme prank? What is happening? Are any of you from Japan? Can you go ask someone in fact, you know what? Maybe an upcoming video will be me going to Japan and hunting down people for answers. I don't know. Either way, I'm so fucking sad and just disappointed and confused and butthurt. I don't even know. Record of Ragnarok's a fucking joke. Anime is a joke at this point. There's no point in watching anime anymore. Don't ever watch any new anime. Just go keep rewatching Madoka Magica or whatever the fuck you people like. I'll be back with another video soon, probably. Maybe I'll fucking die. I don't know.